Hi, and welcome back to CyberOne Train. We're still in the Getting Started section, and today we're going to be covering two topics in the Getting Started section: onboarding contacts or Lite users, and then registration onto the CyberOne portal. So we'll walk you through how to create a contact record on the platform for any of your Lite users. These are people who will be uploading evidence, or potentially third parties who will be completing assessments, or again, internal employees who need to provide data for the system. They are called Lite users, and we register them on the platform, and then we send them an email that then enables them to access the portal so they can upload their information, so they can read policies, complete assessments, so on and so forth. So if you're part of the certification program, please note that there is an exercise at the end of this video for you to complete. All right, so let's go ahead and get on with the training. First, we're going to go into the system. So as you can see, this time I've already logged into the CyberOne management platform, and I'm in the home page. And we can be in any module to complete the first stage of our exercise, which is actually creating the contact record. So what we're going to do, if you remember, this is the drop-down menu with all of your different modules. But here we're going to be working from the horizontal tabs menu, and we're going to be accessing the contacts tab. So we will do that by going to the plus sign and then just scrolling through here to the contacts tab. And then we will create a new contact. So the first thing you want to do is populate this record. And just as a reminder, you see here that there are some required fields, these fields marked with the red line. So we do need to have all of these. But obviously, as you're creating a contact, you really want their name. You must have their email, and you want to put in all of the germane information that you can. So let's do that first. And so through the magic of television, you can now see that I've populated all these fields, but I'm just going to run through a couple of them with you. So note that I've got the title here. That's not an obligation, but you might want to add that. If you've got their mobile phone number, so on and so forth. This is all information that might be helpful to you down the road. So, but note that you do only have to have certain required fields. And then see here a couple that I haven't populated, including the federated ID. So just a note there to let you know that CyberOne does have the capability for single sign-on, and we use this federated ID section to help enable that. So if you have an interest in using single sign-on with CyberOne, you can just contact your account manager as always, or support@cb1security.com. We do also require then the account name, whether that's your own company, if this is an internal user, which in this case it is for me, or you can add the vendor name here as well as the account name. So then finally, we ask if this is an internal user or an external user. The difference being, of course, that internal users are somebody within your organization, whereas external users are generally part of your third-party supply chain. So that's it. And from here, we're going to save. Note that there is a status section here that is required. That will auto-populate to active, so you don't have to do anything with this, but you do have the option to change it later on if you want to make that employee user inactive. Okay, but we're going to keep them as active, obviously. So this is the record populated. I'm now going to click Save. And you'll see again, just to verify, the user is now active, but this doesn't mean that they have access to our portal just yet. So the next thing we want to do is to enable that user to register on the system by letting them know that we've set up their contact information. And so to do that, we're going to send them an email, and we're going to go to this button that says Send Portal Registration, and then just click on it. And that should give us a confirmation that the registration has been sent. And now our user will get an email that will look something like this to let them know that they have been logged or registered on the CyberOne portal, and they now need to go and set their password and complete their registration process. So, and once again, of course, these emails can be white labeled to your organization, and this content can be modified as well. We always try and keep the content in emails as little as possible, so we keep all of the information that's germane to the exercise in the system. We do that for audit purposes, simply so we always have a trail of everything that we're doing. Okay, so simply we're going to follow the instructions in the email, and we'll just click on this link to take us to our portal. And here you'll see that our user now has to set a password. And again, by the magic of television, now you see that I've entered my password and I have obeyed the password criteria that we require. And so now I can just simply go to click Set Password. And this will tell me that my password has been set successfully. And so now I'm ready to sign in. So I just click back to sign in here. And hopefully I've remembered my credentials. And so let's test my memory. And now we're going to sign in. And then here we are. There you see we are in the portal and we are ready to go. So now that our user is registered on the portal and ready to go, we can actually just verify this as managers in the system as well. If we go back to our management platform and into the contacts section. Here we are again in our user's contact information record. And now you can see that the user has indeed registered on the portal and activated it, logged on just a few minutes ago. And that obviously that last login date and time will change dynamically each time that the user logs in. So you can always check to see who's active on your system. So that concludes the training for adding contacts and registering on the portal. So if you are part of the certification program, we'd now like to give you the following exercise. What we'd like you to do is go back to the platform and add yourself as a contact and then register on the CyberOne portal. So add yourself as a contact and then register on the CyberOne portal. And we'll be able to see that you've completed this function when we see your record is activated in the system.